Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second episode down. We got the GOAT. In my book, the GOAT. Jabira wit, what's up? Creme de la creme. Cream.
Manila voice, bro.
I'm honored and I'm happy to have you on my second one. Thank you for sticking out.
My bro, I must. If you call, we must pick up.
No, don't man. You caliber, I am kakparat man. My bro, I'm happy. I'm honored to have you on the second podcast, bro. We've been chatting for kak long. We try to keep away from some of the topics in the for the podcast. But my bro, let's jump straight into things, bro. We know how you got into hip hop, bro. We know you started b-boying, you know, Project Breakfee. But I want to know, like, at what point did you know that you were different? And I'm not asking you to be humble here. This is where I wanted to know, because anybody's not going to pick up a mic. Look, you can be good at rapping. But you're not going to pick up a mic and stand in front of people and rap. You need to have some form of confidence in yourself. Look, there's always out there, I'm not going to, but they're doing some, but I mean, like, when did you know that you're the GOAT?
My bro, from just, obviously, when I was in school, man. So, jou maatstaf was maar die mense, jou school, praat en wat zoals die braak had in school, zijn naam was MC Bluk. En hij was ouder als ons, maar hij was fucking advanced en hij was exposed to cruises, praten van die kap. That time, bro, everything wasn't available
100%
like now. So that man was plugged, my bro. I think the Lincoln Ozel in Kayla plugged him with some of the best unreleased stuff that was recorded at Hyperdelic, Chase Lutron, Liquid, Mo Style. So he had access to that stuff, man. And all of us, bro, all we knew was what the radio was playing us. And this man, my bro, will kill. We didn't even decide to rap. You know, I think it was in grade 6 or something, my bro. On the Rasta primary. We didn't even care about rapping and kaksins. But this man will just start battling everyone in the class.
That was grade 6.
That is what hip hop was, bro.
How old you know? This is like
grade 6. Yo, man,
and your head was already, it was
but I didn't give a fuck,
and stuff, and your head was like
we didn't give. I think there was the 2000s. I think that was 99, 2000, 2001 years. And that man MC Bluk was his name, but it's Jeremy May. When that man came, bro, and that man will just battle ammo in the class. And he will put us in the ice in front of the mochi. So I was like, nah, kijk moet kom vir jou. So he was my motivation. But at the end of the day, he saw, that was my first moment where I saw when I spit, even though I was spitting Devious, Mr. Devious and stuff, because now I figured out I figured out Booze Radio was playing Afrikaans hip hop, man. So I went to fucking Booze Radio and listened to what Booze Radio was playing, the Afrikaans kak that MC Bluk was getting via his man Ojo and kak like that. So now I'm also plugged since I'm Booze Radio and then I will record it and write that kak down, my bro. TVS's verse especially, Parliament, Kalik Brown, then I will write that kak down, bro, and then I will come, because no one knows about the rapping in Afrikaans since allemaal is net op die American is bone tags, is allemaal like hier kon sy, my bro, en sy niemand weet niemand ken met TVS sinds so daai was my, en toe ek het spit en ek sien die response wat ek kry, because ek is baie animated en ek is like, nah, die gaan weg. En op 'n later stadium, obviously, Fire on the Mountain, toe was Fire on the Mountain, toe gaan dus ek nog op school, gaan ons Fire on the Mountain toe, dat is 'n hip-hop event.
I still, there's pictures of this.
Yes, krijg is een.
Still having in your silk boxer.
My silk boxer, bra, you with Scallywag, man, I like Scallywag, you meeting, fucking 3 Months Cup is performing there, Ill Skills is performing there, Ben Sharpa, bra, man from, the legends,
yes.
And we also here, and even though everyone was there for the main event, everywhere, bra, at Fire on the Mountain, there was little cyphers happening.
Yes.
Not now, bra, now you come at events and no one gives a fuck. That time, bro, I was like, yeah, it's a hip hop event, but okay, the event is but ons moet nog steeds cyphers mekaar kies. Yeah, bro, so when I saw like the response that I was getting from manne like Garlic, manne like Scallywag, Icicle, when I saw the response I'm getting from those man, I was like, nah, KK, then you must be doing something right. And later on also started to record music at Hype and Panakes and stuff, getting invited to Hip Hop in Daba by Emil Bra. So I can use a lot of examples of commercial mense recognizing me or mense outside of hip hop. But for me, if my peers or my heroes 100%. Basically, if they recognize me, bra, for me it's
more than anything.
Bra, because I can die now, bro. They understand. Time man het for my respect, cause so yeah.
I hear you. And you mentioned recording, like your early recordings. You used to rap with Butter.
Brainstormers.
Brainstormers. That was the beginning.
That was.
Was the earlier work before then, or was this?
Nah, Brainstormers. I think even Cream was birthed out of Brainstormers because I never saw myself as a solo artist, man.
No,
I always wanted to do Dala stuff with a crew. I always wanted to do Dala stuff with my brasa, man. And that time, especially in hip hop, bra. Hip hop was crews. Nowadays you don't see crews.
100%.
Bra, we had the brasa with the graffiti. Even though the man didn't have fucking spray to paint and what. The man was writing on the walls with cokie pen
like paint pens and stuff.
But the hip hop culture was in us, man. We had b-boys, we had beatboxers. Okay, we didn't have DJs because that's a deer sport. I have DJ now. I have DJ technique now. I said deer sport. Shout out technique, bro. But yeah, that was like how we rolled, bro. We were like it was just groupie for groupie going to like the ladies now is dancing against each other with gum and stuff like that. But how we used to, that was hip hop back in the day.
It was different. Like I'm seeing it from a point of view I'm not myself hip hop artist, but I've been following the game so long where I can see where you came from, where you fucking shooting videos on that as if it's a V360 in a yard, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But it's the bars is hard, the bars is there, but do you know what I mean? It's like. But we're catching up, like I feel in my head.
The foundations that we were building that time, the stuff that we were doing it just so fun.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now, bro, you like, yo, bro, you
this
are
can
like,
make me, this can
like fucking, you come into like the first time Motsi is from Northern Cape. The first time I went to Northern Cape, I was like, this motherfuckers know me here, my bro. This thing is big,
bro.
And even our parents that time were like surprised because. Wat soek allemaal die mensen in hulle huis en die mensen sê, maar Cream is die binne. Maar hulle was staan like, wie is jy, man?
You come from Cape Town,
ek is a fucking big deal. Ek is a big
deal in die Kaap. 100%.
But bro, it's big, bro. Even, I always say, like, even though on commercial radio stations or TV programs, you might not think we are big, Afrikaans rappers is big, bro, but I'm telling you, in the streets,
and I feel like that is what matters most, because that's the most critical people.
Yes. Even
if they're not listening, because radios, I don't know how it works, but in my head there's agendas. They get their music get pushed because of it. But if the streets is pushing your music, nobody's paying the people in the streets to push your shit, bro.
Exactly.
That numbers,
they're doing it just
because they love it. And that is the most
already they are making kak happen since so. Yeah, man, this thing is kak big, and I feel like it's exploding, it's erupting like volcano vibes.
On that note, like sort of just following up with that, in terms of the game now, like who are you looking at and saying, look, this is means that I'm still keep my game sharp because this is people that's on my heels. I'm not saying
for me
friendly competition.
Not for me personally, and even a lot of this is just the fucking things of the game. This is gonna happen.
Yes.
Lyrically, means is gonna come for you. And this is hip hop. This is not hip hop. Is not this peace, love, culture that people want to make it. People is battle.
100% battle. Yeah, battle.
MC is battle.
Yeah.
So you cannot expect kisses and hugs. And all that. That's his hip hop style. So even me, I don't want to arrive at a place where I'm content. I don't want to arrive at a place. I will always, and you don't have to like make tracks for certain rappers or just this certain rappers. I feel the music that you put out should always be a reminder for them to not fuck with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is why, what I always,
100%.
not forgetting the mense. I'm gonna make a trick for the mense. I'm like, mense, the chorus is for you, but in the verse, let me deal with the rappers. They mustn't play. That's the answer. That's the answer. So that's my vibe. But bruh, there's a lot of great Owens with great potential that is currently from Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Western Cape, my bro. We have the Bra culture gang. He's rapping Afrikaans. Hard Crowbars, he's rapping hard Afrikaans. Manne like M. Joyner, fucking Heinz also is doing the werke.
Yeah, but he's doing it right. We were just speaking about how his whole approach was fucking amazing, bro.
We have Abraham Prince in I can't get to his rap name now, but this is the thing with Facebook when you learn government names. But those man is pushing, and this man is not waiting for anyone. This is the thing about this man now. This man is not sitting back and saying there's gatekeepers and there's old heads that is trying to keep us out. This man like Matt Levi now that is shooting their own videos, making their own videos which happen, producing themselves, fucking pushing their own cup. And on the day you find out that this man is the PA for the day also. He's making sure everything is running smoothly. So the fucking, how can I say, the mentality of the new man is also, if you listen to the music, you might find it's very rough, it's very raw. But if you go behind the scenes, a lot of these man, they know exactly what they want to do, and they're gonna do it. I mean, even D12 from the east side also. That man is making kak. And if you know hip hop, you will know, like, if you're following the scene locally, Afrikaans especially, I'm biased because I'm Afrikaans. If you've been following it, you will know, man, these are mannen that's been hustling hard since they've been building their profiles, they've been building their support bases. And I think that's the best thing the best advice you can give young artists is, don't look around you, don't look to your competition, don't look at other people doing the same kak that you are doing. Focus on the people that is supporting you and just feed that machine. They're gonna make you big. Because they're gonna be the one who's gonna call radio stations and ask the radio, why you not playing that fucking song of this, bruh? Because we want to hear this, bruh. They are the support base is gonna go to event organizers and ask them, why is this guy not on the fucking roster? You bringing people in. The other day, Gatti, I was in Lambertsbaai, bruh. I was in Lambertsbaai doing a show in Lambertsbaai. A lot of rappers came to me after the show and they were like, yo, Cream, legend vibes and what. They say, oh. And they were like, you inspired us and shit like that. And I'm like, when are you guys going on the stage, man? And they're like, nah, we're not on the. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're so from Lambertsbaai.
Bruh, this is not right, Sinze. And what I saw is the mensen knows them, man. And I brought them on the stage.
Yes.
If those rappers from Lambertsbaai is watching, please guys, just comment in the fucking comment section behind this video and tell me I'm lying. I called them all on the stage while I'm performing, and I'm like, before they're gonna introduce themselves, I say, no, let me ask the crowd, who are you? And you know what, bruh? I was there, I was brainstorming, I was performing all my hits, but the mense was so proud to see the rappers from their own town on the stage, more than myself, I can experience.
Bruh, that's the thing, because now it becomes a thing where it's attainable.
Verstaan
you know what I mean? It's not, you're not far anymore.
And if projects is being run and lighties needs to be influenced in a positive manner. Cream is not gonna come from the Cape Flats every time to Lambertsbaai.
You have your own, I
have my own battle in Kayla also since this, but what I'm trying to show the organizers, you have artists, rappers that is from your area. When these mannen spit their verses next to me on the stage, the fucking people know their verses, verstaan ze? And that tells me they're distributing in the area. They on the small scale they're doing this stuff.
I'm not just humming.
You understand? Even the other there's another lady also, Tessie with Cadbury's here, massive hits in the what noem jy Langebaan area? District West Coast. In the West Coast area. She's running West Coast area. The DJ, there was a DJ playing there that played a song, and the mense went mal. And I looked at the organizer, I'm like, why is she not here? Because clearly the mense knows her shit.
But I think it's when, that's a clear example, is when the corporate isn't tapped into
Yes.
isn't tapped
Yes.
into what the like once
Yes,
again
they
like
don't
we
know.
speak about the radio is pushing an
Yeah,
agenda, but
they don't know.
the people want what feeds their soul, what feels
Yes.
you know what I mean? It's not
I don't know. And this means is they're writing their own music, man. I think rappers, everyone is saying like these days you get like julle is 'n klomp rappers, julle is te veel rappers en almal hy goeie. I don't think people appreciate what goes into writing your own songs, man. Beat wise, you need even if you have an outside producer, you need to select the right beat. You write the right lyrics. You make it sound lekker. It's a whole process. But if especially in Cape Town, if you go to Cape Town shows, bruh, a lot of these corporate sponsors when they sponsor big shows, you will get them booking men so that is doing cover versions, man. And for me that's a cheat code. That's easy, man.
Anybody
Fuck
can
you. If I want to listen to Celine Dion, I will play it there, but I want to see what the fuck is this? I will play it loud also the remix. So I think we get a lot of our mentor needs to be first. We need to be forced to listen to local stuff.
Yeah.
Because especially the people eating from these events. Let's be honest, like streams is not gonna buy you a house,
especially not here in
this market. So shows is where the artist can eat immediately. Merchandise, selling merchandise.
Yes.
At shows that is being booked for is where he's gonna eat immediately,
exactly.
and his family is gonna
benefit
immediately.
Exactly.
So
while
these guys while big corporates is sponsoring for local artists to come sing one original song and 1 hour of fucking Celine Dion covers or Whitney Houston covers. We need to oust that, bruh. We need to fight that. And this is bigger than hip hop. This is not even about hip hop.
It's about music.
This is about music in general. There's a lot of men that is writing original stuff and they're not getting the
recognition
because of these men are using the cheat codes.
The
cheat codes.
Like
so we need to force them. I don't know what happened with the fucking radio. You have to play local vibes. I don't know.
It was like the agenda that they pushed was great. Look, it worked for a tijdje. For certain people, it was lekker. Do you know what I mean? If you were part of that, it was nice. You know what I mean? You still had to be signed to a radio. You still, a record label. My apologies. You still had to jump through certain hoops to fall into that. It was never like your music is good. Bring it here. Let us play it and let us expose it to people that would not necessarily hear it. You know, which is essentially what you.
Gatti, the big thing here is we like to locally we like to compare ourselves to what is happening overseas and shit like that. Like overseas, radio isn't a big deal anymore. Everyone is like fuck the radio. Fuck up none. Everyone is like fuck the radio. But for us, radio is still important. You understand? Everyone is not so. We're not having Wi-Fi everywhere.
Exactly.
Like here, so we should be careful to not compare ourselves to what is happening. We're gonna get there eventually because we are paya after since. But for now, the radio is still important, man. Sending your stuff.
It still dictates.
Yeah, if you want to reach your mensa, I'm not saying dumb your shit down or whatever, but some of these mensa is dropping quality music that is radio quality, but they're not playing on the radio. You understand?
Look, to my knowledge, also ask, in terms of like what Gatti D used to have, the cypher sessions and stuff, there's nothing like that anymore. No? Like this, look, obviously COVID did take there was a big hit, but even before then, there was no.
I think even the cypher session, it did a lot for Good Hope. It did a lot for the program. But if I'm being honest, I don't think, judging of where the artist is now, I don't think it did a lot for the artist that was there. Because sometimes you will hear a dope fucking MC,
but
then he's gone. And we're like, yo.
Yeah. But okay, you must also chalk it up to back in the day, there wasn't, MCs didn't have social media pages, so you couldn't say, go follow at and at, you know what I mean? So that's also...
If it was a dope platform, it was a dope, the cyber sessions especially, it was dope, but I think it should have been done, how can I tell it? It should have been more
formal.
They should have been done more. What doen ze nou achterna?
you mean the production wise? You mean
post the session?
Live. Okay.
They should have been working with those artists, and they should have been sitting with those man. So the mana doesn't go in by the door and go out by the door. So it should be controlled, man. Like, Kegi, now we have this mana here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a database. We're gonna fucking have this mana now. Every month or whatever we're gonna have, you're gonna vote on who must come back, shit like that. I think there was attempts and things like that, but
essentially that's how you build the community. That's how you build the you know what I mean, the foundation of like you say, the people come in, you see, you recognize there's a raw talent.
Yeah.
Now that's corporate who sees the other side, who's thinking with the other side of your brain. You assist this person, and like.
But there was people, I think even myself, I benefited of it because I saw, like, if I'm not gonna, you can go there, but you need to make it like
people need to scream.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, people
you need to do all that gap. You see,
and so also when you stick it,
you must beweise yourself, and you see. So I think even in that respect, but we need it again, man. Especially where Ready D is now. Ready D is on daytime.
Yes.
And he's playing the man stuff, man, bro.
Yes.
I think the only radio station that is playing, commercial radio station that is playing local hip hop prime time, like 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe.
But he's been like we know that. If we're talking about gatekeepers and OGs, like you know him, he's in a field of his own. You know what I mean?
Nah, he's a legend, maybe.
In terms of like bars and stuff, are you like, I want to say, who do you fight? Like, I asked you sort of who's your favorite rapper. You didn't sort of like give me like a breakdown, but like in terms of bar wise, like who do you say? Like, is that a hard thing to say at
locally or what?
Locally.
For me,
yeah.
For me,
who would you like listen to? Be like, yo, okay,
my
get this. Let me listen.
But I have. It's my goat MC is Chase Lutron.
Yes, you said this.
He's my fucking just these topics that he covers, and sticking to that topic and killing that topic, and if you check his stuff out, but it's stuff that no one is even thinking about. You understand? And even when we were working on music and stuff together, you will always think out of the box, man. Since you're like, yo, this man is gonna let us write about this. So he's also sharpening your pen because he's featuring him. So he's challenging you to
be your best.
Yeah, in a topic that if you were on your own, you wouldn't even think about that. So he's like open-minded about it.
Just a big different perspective.
Goat MCs, it must be Chase Lutron for me. And then, like fan-wise, bruh, for me, legend, a person that inspired me the first time I was fucking starstruck by seeing someone rap and shit like that locally. And I think even internationally also, but for me, Isaac Newton is a fucking god, man.
Yeah, nice.
He's he's the fucking bra I looked up to, bro. If you
Sorry Girl and all that.
Like, bro, not even that. Like that was his commercial stuff.
See,
but
that's
mixtapes, bro. Yeah, that's yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, sien like what die man. Yo, gewelddadige neigings van 'n gestalte. We come from that school, bro. It was like listening to someone like this, bro. Doing tracks like Color the Face that you can he has a track Color the Face where he's speaking about colored identity and our place in the new South Africa and in the old South Africa, touching on that also. You must check it out.
No, I'm having him on the show. What you talking about? That man.
That is the god for me, like personally, like star levels. Yes. Bro. It's like I don't think if it wasn't for him, bruh, I don't think I would have rapped today, because when it was on Boost Radio,
look, I'm gonna say is now there's a lot of people that were inspired by that man. I'm gonna say who they don't even know, who they won't even really say. Like that man have many faces, you know. Like he was a hardcore rapper. Then you have that Kaka, bro, because that's
Parliament. He was in Parliament also. He was, in fact, no, bro. My favorite rapper before Isaac was actually his bra, Doogie, from Plain Madness. Razak is his name. You must check him out. They had the song Away Me, bro. And that was one of the, if I'm just thinking about it now, bro, I will pay big money to get that CD again, bro. But he had a whole different where Isaac came across very hardcore and raw. Doogie had a style of almost speaking, man.
Okay.
Ek is Doogie en dis Aikie my broertjie, my braat. Ons is hier vanaand om die hele ding te laat druk. So 'n vibe het hy, lekker praat vibe, man. Sy kom like, yo,
like it's cool.
It's fucking easy, sien sy. Hy was eers my, maar unfortunately, hy het nie baie goed uitgesit nie. Ek het fucking gesoek. Ek het gesearch vir Doogie se goede, maar hy was die bra wat vir my like voor Isaac nou reg. Want die ding met Isaac is sy moet net Isaac was oral, man, soos ek sê Parliament. Kyk Isaac Newton op sy eie saam met Garlic Brown het hy goed is. Hy oral waar die Afrikaans hoor, man, met Zitsvinger, hier's Isaac weer met Jack. He's Isaac weer met Isaac is fucking oral. Verstaan jy so? By default, jy moet net die man luister sien te so.
And like you have to put homage, like it's like he's born like one of like I'm saying like these people that were inspired and a lot of people don't know this and I will say it, bro, because like I don't know nobody nothing that like the antwoord, bro, like the antwoord is mostly like one of the biggest, I'm gonna say quote unquote biggest stuff to hip hop to come is very much voor die antwoord het ek hulle geken as Max Normal. And he was at the fucking hip hop in Daba, bra. And this man can spit. Yes,
spit
he got balls.
I sent something to someone the other day and I was like, and he told me, nah, I don't fuck with this shit. I'm like, what, man? Like this is for that.
Yeah.
But if you know Max Normal,
bro, this is one video where he's like on YouTube where he's just like, I was like, bro, I was like, bro.
And especially when you perform at hip hop in Daba, you hip hop, man.
Yeah, you accept it.
Yeah, you accept it.
It's not just like you
and that is where the first time we saw at the hip hop in Daba 1 year is the first time that we saw the hints of the antwoord. Where they came with the clothes that was drawn on.
Zif.
Yeah, that vibes. That was the first time they tried that stuff. But lyrically, brah, you can think what means what you want, but he will rap you freak. Even Jack Pero will rap some of those man of freak. Because Jack Pero also came out of the he was Macy's bass back in the days also. Yeah, brah, he was cutting with Scallywag, with Isaac and that time, brah.
Shit!
So
this is something I didn't know.
Yeah, bro. So the long cap and hy goed, it all come achterna, but if you sit still and you listen to Jack, you will
what, bro, like,
man, I can rap.
Then respect that to
you will rap you actually in your poos.
Let's while we're on the rapping in like I wanna dissect some of your bars, bro. Like I've told you already, I didn't wanna get too deep into, but like of opdij, bro. Like bro, this is I don't know if you wanna call a few bars, I don't know how we count bars, whatever. But Magistraat en Magikaap en Magistraat getuig Isa. Nog 'n lyn oor jou kop. Dan kom die Bob. I don't wanna wait in vain. Oh my top. Aya. Wait, can we just
Hey bro. Shout out juffrou Prins en juffrou Batkin by Sarepta Hoërskool wat vir my Afrikaans en Engels gegee het. Because baie van die ouens dink jy moet nie skool gaan vir die kak nie, maar dis juis
Magikaap en Magistraat,
That is op school.
What is it?
When you were doing gediggies and stuff on school, bro, you had to dissect it. You need to understand what is the poet trying to tell you, and what is the picture is trying to paint you, and what is the dubbelsinnige meaning.
What is it? What's it? Is it a
metaphor?
It's okay.
He's giving he's comparing
double entendre, not like
verstaan jy, bro? Is almal hy goed.
Bro, but kyk for me, coming out of like bro, one of the hardest, like bro, when I heard it, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I heard it, I was like, okay, yeah,
brother.
But bro, if you brag, bro, like come
on. Shout out my brother Jeff, because when I dropped that verse, I had a line in my head, and he edited that at the right moment. Nog 'n lyn oor jou kop. And there was a lane oor my kop. So that's the quiet thing about working with. I will always be biased when it comes to working with media means also, because Jeff is someone I work with, but even if he didn't pick up a camera, this is a hip hopper. Jeff knows hip hop. He's a student of especially Afrikaans rap also. He knows the scene in PE mostly, but he's been doing stuff for a lot of rappers also. But I will always be biased towards using someone from the hip hop circles, even when it comes to photography. Hype, one of the greatest producers, if not for me personally, the GOAT producer.
We need to.
But
we need to.
Hype also picked up a camera. He's taking photos now. At first, I was taking cut of him and all that cut. But I see those photos.
Bro,
this is no game.
Instagram invited that man.
Yeah, bro.
I was like,
and that man was doing it before it was cool, man.
Bro, you mean sunny sky?
Yeah. He was doing it. Click was a mission, a photo mission.
Tripod. People don't understand, bro. Like, I wanna just cut off and talk about hype. Like, your link with hype is, bro, one of the biggest things in Cape Town in hip hop.
Linking with hype was my cheat code,
bro.
Because now
I think it was both of you.
I was a lighty. I was ignorant. I didn't know focal. Yeah, I'm hooking up with hype, man, bro. I was just rapping for fun, man. And yeah, I'm hooking up with hype, a well of fucking knowledge. And you have Isaac Newton coming through here, people I look up to. Chase Lutron them, Tsatsvanger them. Jack also ended up there. You had TVS was there, Mr. Fit them was there, Pirivika was there, Khalid Brown them was there. Here I'm there. Here I'm sitting with this man telling me.
A fan of this people.
I'm sitting with this man telling me, try this, man. Get him, make your voice like this. When you back your verses, do it like that. Yeah, I'm sitting. That is my cheat code. Even with some things, brah, that I didn't agree on. But when we put it out, like stamina, I was like, fuck stamina. I don't want to put that cack out. He was like, just put that cack out.
Bro, I have a shot in his joint there.
In his joint, just there, brah. Just there, where we recorded it.
Bro, and that is one of the, bro, that's how, bro, bro, like, I got put onto you late, bro. I had a, bro, like, bro, I'm not by mistake, bro, like, it was a USB, in my house, bro, and I just put it in, bro, and I saw this fucking, and bro, a week straight, me, bro. I just listened to this kakaya, and everywhere I went, I was like, what, bro, this is the man, and then I found out, this motherfucker loving kaya around the corner, bro. Facebook
But that man hype was a Musa cheat code for me, and it still is. I always waste the money. Like, if anyone says he created cream or he was
influential,
the reason why I was doing what I was doing, I will tell you, this is all me, man. No one can write like me. No one can use different flows like me and switch flows like me. And say the cuck, I'm saying like me. But if you're telling me about hype, then you can take that case to court and hype might win that case. See? Because that is how influential he was to me, bruh. I was like, this is a cheat code because now he's giving me examples.
But people don't
because he's been working.
Hype is an established artist himself.
And not even a producer in the sense of just making beats, like a producer working through the whole track. After I went home, he's sitting with the
engineering sitting
and then he will be like,
bro, mensen don't understand. Man's a sample god.
Yes.
Bro, Jay Dilla. Edmund is Jay Dilla of Cape Town. If you want to put it in like that, like you know what I mean, bro?
Nah, that man is on another level, my bro. That man is on another level. For me personally, what he did for me, my bro, is amazing. I cannot, even my sound is
influences vibe.
Yeah, even if I do certain stuff they will want me to do, people will always say you need to dial that sound. But that sound is hype.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, so even I think for a long time not after I left, but a long time he's been pursuing the camera vibes. I've been trying different things, phrasing, lighties and shit like that. So we were a bit apart. We're back together now.
I see, bro, and I'm bro.
But in that period when I was experimenting and just doing music, and I couldn't take boom bap beats from anyone, man, because I will always measure it towards him, so he fucked me up.
He set the level.
I'm like, bruh, just give me trap, it's fine. Just give you my drum, because I don't know shit about it. But if you come and you give me a boom bap beat, bruh, I need to sit and dissect that shit, you know.
Bro, in closing, bro, like I would just want to end of like these. Obviously, you're a Pusha fan, and some of them rappers, some of them like. I don't want to ask you what you did right. You know, everybody knows, like, it's easy, bro. What did you do wrong? What do you wish that they don't do? Just, you know what I mean? Like, tell them, like, you mentioned already.
Okay,
don't look at other people, but like,
I feel you. for me it was not wrong, but what I could have worked on is I should have stayed constant, man. Like I dropped the Brainbrot album and I took a moose break. Like after Stamina, I took a moose break, and I think that was a moose mistake because in the early years I could have done that because music wasn't coming out as constant. But now, my bro, even on your social media, bro, if you don't post any malka, that's why I say just post, even if you post malka, the algorithms will put you out. So even if you have 1 million followers, you're not gonna reach that 1 million followers, even with your own post and it's your own followers. All of them is not seeing the post. All of them is not. It's not showing up to the timelines. The algorithms in Malka, they want you most to pay for sponsored posts and all that to reach your own people, Malka. But the advice I can give is you need to stay constant, man. Say something there on Facebook every day. Drop a video, gaan live met jou mense, engage met jou mense. Especially when you're working on future projects, dan moet jy inskop by jou mense, because hulle al gaan sy doen wat sy wil doen, maar neem altyd vir hulle in ag, sien jy. So ek het 'n klomp malkak aangevang, experiment met malkak, but at the end of the day I can easily say fuck you, I'm doing me, but at the end of the day, my bro, the mense that has been supporting me is the mense who I owe it to, man. Is the mense who knows me for a certain sound, who knows me for a certain level that I give. So it's gonna be arrogant of me now to say I'm not listening to anyone because I'm pursuing new followers or a new crowd or a new whatever. These are the men who build me. So even if I'm gonna get new men there, I still want to do stuff that these men can relate to, so they don't feel like yo, I'm in a steam by
yeah, you lost touch with us.
Yeah, and you don't want that, man, because the men even everyone grows. Some people will even outgrow you, will outgrow your sound, understand? But you want them to just second because you have that personal connection with them, and that is what you with social media now, where you go live and you talk to men and you're like, ek ken die, hoe gaan my nie dinge sa. It's like on that level, you never met, but it's like,
but you
hey,
feel
it's you know how many honde by mekaar, fucking umpie down, whatever. So it's more, at the end of the day, it's gonna become more than the music, because look now, we competing, my bro, with Baraso's posting funny videos, Menzo's covering music. We competing with them because they're pulling a lot of followers, and one thing we can learn from them is, and I always learn from them is, they engage with their mense and they make their mense feel, yeah, you are valued.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah.
And so, that's what people like to feel heard,
yes,
bro.
no matter where you go,
special.
If you're going to the next level, if you're experimenting with new sounds, experimenting with new stuff, take the mense with you. Even if you're taking a break from this music, take the mense with you, and because mense will understand, man. Like again, sy gaan nou die sekere goedes en daai so. Hulle voel ook hy family. Hulle voel ook like, yo, die man het deel saam ons die.
Like a loyalty, like that's how you
people want to is more loyal to you, or show more love to you when you show them you're vulnerable, and you're not afraid to show them you're vulnerable, and ek gaan 'n bietjie die kak en wat maar weet julle,
because you're human at the end of the day.
It's a fucking man, it's a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but my G Cream, bro, thank you once again. You know how I feel about you, my G.
Nah, my bro.
In my book,
ek weet my bro.
Toppa, bro. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. It's fucking been amazing. Always chatting to you, my G.
En ook vir jou, my bro. Gaan aan met die podcast wat jy doen. Ek sê altyd vir die ouens, die is wat ons nou niet om 'n industrie te bou. Even mense met podcast, met reaction channels, met fucking net mense wat even die music dissect. Ons nie daai goede om die industrie te bou. Understand jy? The photographers, the media mense. Even if you have a camera with you and you out there and you have access to your browser, just somma record that motherfucker man. En vra om 'n interview. Alles is dom vrae vir jou. Maar dat sit jy somma online, because die probleem wat ons nou het is media man. Soos jy is nou, wat jy nou hier doen is media. Wat jy vir hulle doen is media. En dit is wat ons lek, verstaan jy? Dit is wat ons lek. So that's the move.
Words from the GOAT himself, ladies and gentlemen.
Say man, I love voice, bro.
Subscribe, like, fucking share the video, the page. Creme de la creme, cream machine on Instagram, on Facebook.
Facebook, ek is oral die creamers van Marvin van Wyk.
Hulle moet weet, ja.
Ja, we.
Bless.
Bless it.